Hi guys, so my name is Grace and I haven't recorded a video in a very long time. I didn't really know what to record. I didn't have much time, or I didn't really make the time. Then I got pregnant, so now I have a 5-month-old son. I know it's been like over a year that I recorded, but I'm finally back on here and I just wanted to share with you guys a few of the things that I got from the premiere show. It's a hair show that I have in Orlando, and it was kind of like a spa one too. They have everything from nails, massages, from makeup competitions, barbering competitions, hair competitions. They have classes, and me and my brother go every year. It's kind of become a tradition, and I actually think like maybe 3 years ago we didn't go, and we were just miserable sitting at home, like literally miserable, texting each other like, oh my gosh, did you see that picture, did you see that post on Instagram, oh my gosh, we should have totally gone, like next year we're for sure going. And we just haven't missed since, and I just love spending that time with him. But anyways, also he's a barber and he's really good, so I'll link him down below. And I just want to show you what I got. So I did get some shears. I got, these are cashy shears. They're very affordable. I really like how they look and how they feel. I went looking for camisori shears, but I couldn't really afford those right at this moment. So I got those, and then I think those are in 6. And then these are thinning shears, but they're like bigger, like 50% thinning shears. And then I got just the regular standard thinning shears that they like usually give you when you're in school or whatever. So I really love how cute they are, and I really like the 3 holes, like the 2 up top. I feel like I have so much control, like I can do anything with this, and I love it. And this one as well, which is my most used one. This one with the smaller teeth is my most used one, but I do want to get more into using this one because I know someone that she says she loves this bigger one, so I want to try it out. And I spent $90 on all 3 of those, so that was really great buy. Also I got this Andy's shaver. I want to get more into barbering. Sorry, you can kind of see the glare. I want to get more into barbering. That's something that I think is very cool, all the blending, the technique that they use. So, you know, and a lot of guys, like, now they have like the long hair up top, you know, I call it the Johnny Bravo. But a lot of people have that, or a lot of guys have that, and I feel like, well, they think, oh, you know, a barber can blend the bottom really good, but they can't get the top just how I like it. Or vice versa. You know, I like how the cosmetologist or hairstylist, she'll do the top really good, and then the underneath it, like, it's not blended right. So I really do want to get better at that. And as you guys might know, cosmetologists are not allowed to use razors, so we cannot like edge out as nice, I feel like, or blend like closer to the skin like barbers can. So then this is kind of a little tool that will help you get closer, so then it blends nicer. And I am definitely really excited to try this out. My brother recommended it, so it's great that he's a barber. Also, he got these clippers, and I went looking for clippers. Nothing too fancy because, like I said, I'm not like quite there yet. You know, these clippers to barbers are like, you know, clippers, they just keep buying them or whatever. We're more with like colors or different bleaches and stuff like that. That's kind of what we go for, and they go for clippers. So they really did recommend an Andy's or a Wall, and I have used Andy's before. I just wanted a new one, so he actually gave me this one, and I'm so thankful, because then I could use the money that I didn't spend on this for some other stuff. And I really like how it feels. It's, you know, it's kind of heavy, but it's like a nice heavy. I did think about getting a cordless one, but I decided not to, because as my brother's friend told us, which his name is Carlos, as he told me, you know, if you don't really use it on a daily, most likely the next time you're going to use it, it's going to be dead, because you're not going to be charging it all the time. So I didn't even think of that, you know. And what if I'm in the middle of a haircut and it dies, and then I'm like, oh, hold on, I gotta go put that in charge for like 15 minutes, you know, or however long it takes for them to charge. So I didn't want to go through that, so I decided to just get the wired ones, and I'm completely okay with that. Let's see, I also got these Olivia Garden brushes. I really like Olivia Garden. I believe like every year when I go, I buy like a pack of their brushes or like a few different size brushes because I'm kind of picky. But I do really like the sizes that this one offered. I believe this was, it says right here, $44, which is great because they're usually like singles were like $17, you know. The bigger ones are like 20, smaller ones are 13, so it just kind of varies. I really like the color of it. I feel like it kind of matches my hair. And I like the sizes. There are like in the middle of the sizes that I have already, and they're already old anyways, getting old. So I'm really excited for that. I feel like they're just a perfect middle size. Like I have a bigger one of this, don't really use it. I feel like I needed a smaller one, so that's perfect. And then this is like probably the standard size that I use the most, and it's really cool because they have in the back like this little, you take it out so then you can separate the hair as you're blow drying. You can separate it. I personally don't really use that. I always have long nails, so I can just use my nail to like split people's hair. And usually how I blow dry people's hair is I already pre-section it like in each little small sections, so I can just keep going. Like I don't really stop. I just take the clip off, clip it on my cape, and keep going. So I don't really use that, but it is nice that they have it. And then I have this other one that it's like a smaller size, and then I just feel like they are the perfect size, so I'm very excited for that. And I mean, who doesn't love the color? But I had a brush that I bought last year, and it was all the boar bristles, and I've had a few clients that say that they like their hair how it comes out nicer with that one, and I do feel like it looks shinier and smoother. I don't necessarily love it all the time. Like my favorite ones are these to use, but every now and then I will, just because I want to try something different or whatever the case may be, their type of hair, I want to use the boar bristle one. So this one is kind of neat because it's both of them together. So I do really like that. I feel like the plastic ones, bristles are gonna like comb through the hair nicer and make it comb better than if it was just all boar bristle. I feel like I don't have as much grip on it. And I do like the the way that it like is rounded, so it does seem like it'll hug your scalp really good. So I'm really excited to use this. Not really sure. I guess I can let you guys know how it works out, but I'm excited to use that. And I just got that same size because it's kind of like a very standard size to use that I use on everybody. Even if there's someone's hair is a little bit longer, I can still kind of work with this one. And if it's a little bit shorter, I might have a little bit more trouble, but usually if it's shorter hair than that, like I have a smaller brush and I can just kind of play with it. You know, usually short hair people they don't like super smooth things anyways. They want more texture and more playfulness anyways. So I always just kind of dry it a little bit and end up like messing it up with my hands and texturizing like texture tussle or something like that anyways. So I just thought that was like the perfect size. Another thing that is very popular is like balayage and things like that, and I always just used to use regular bleach like from Joico. I think Joico is my favorite brand right now. And I took a class there that it was called Sunlights, I believe, and it was very informative. I really did like it. And they use a clay bleach, and I didn't really understand what the difference was between the clay and the regular one. The clay one does not dry out because usually for balayage you don't like wrap the hair up in foil or anything like that like you would for highlights. So this is more for like a free hand. You kind of do whatever you want with it, and it won't dry out. So I learned how to like a different technique, like a new technique to put balayage. So I'm very excited for that as well because the way I was doing it was fine. You know, it looked good and everything. It's always fun to learn new ways to do something because it could get repetitive. So, you know, if everyone's coming in getting balayage and I'm just doing it the same way, they turn out beautiful, but then I'm just bored doing the same exact thing. You know, not necessarily bored, but you know. So I'm very excited to be using this. It was $20. I got it at the hair show, obviously. And it's Joico. I have not used it, so I don't know if I'm going to love it, but I love their brand and I like all their things that they've come out with. Then I got this, it's from the Sunlights, this balayage wrap. What is it called? Bali wrap. and it is pretty much like a cling wrap, but it's in a roll. It's this short, and it's already cut, like they're like cut out, so when you just roll it out, you can just pull on it and it like cuts out perfectly. Like you don't have to get scissors or like rip it or anything like that. Like it's perfect. Like, so I'm thinking of putting this like on a paper towel roll, if that even works. And then the color intensity colors, they were $5, and I really like these. I used to do amethyst. The purple is like a dark purple, and I really liked it, so I got this one, and it's orchid. It looks purple on the bottom, but it's kind of like pinkish purplish color. It's really pretty. I got this lilac, and I got limelight, so I'm excited for that. And aqua flow, this one's really pretty. It was the last one, and I have a client that is coming to do these two colors, so I was so excited when they had them. I'm working on doing doing makeup, so I needed a few like foundation things, like foundation and concealers and things like that would work for multiple people, because I have everything else works for everyone, but like eyebrows, you know, my color might not be someone else's color. And I already have brushes and all that stuff. I love Morphe brushes. That's like my favorite of all time. They're affordable, they're cute, they work very good. Like I have some that are years old, and I wash them all the time, clean them, and they are perfectly fine, like new. So my husband, he bought me the Jaclyn Hill set, and he was like, oh, this is for your clients, you can use them. I'm like, no, I'm using my Jaclyn Hill ones on me, and then I'll just get the other ones for my clients, because I love Jaclyn Hill. So anyways, I got this. It's like a foundation palette, and that way I can just keep it in my station along with my other makeup, and if anyone comes in wanting makeup done, I can do it on the spot, you know, instead of having to plan it out so well, because I do have a few shades at home, but I'm not going to carry all that. It takes a lot of space, so this is just nice and like compact, and you can put different, you know, has different shades on it. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna take this one. This is what it looks like, and I have all sorts of different shades. They feel good, and that's like the lightest shade that it has. And let's do the darkest one, but I don't want to do all of them. And that's the darkest one, so it gives you a pretty good variety to play with, and I like how they feel. This like concealer palette, I can't even open it. So it has different it does have different sizes, but it has different colored concealers, the correcting concealers, and then it also has like regular concealers. And it's the same brand again, and then okay. Oh, so it comes with like two little applicator, like old school applicators, but okay. And then it has, this is what it looks like. And let's see, I'll just try like this one. If they feel very similar to the foundation, honestly, so I'll see how they like feel together on top of each other. I do want to try it on my skin first, obviously, to see how it covers and everything like that. But yeah, these are all the color correcting ones, and then these are just regular concealers, but these are the color correcting ones, you know, for redness and for dark spots and things like that. So yeah, and it was these two for $25 or $15 each, so it's perfect. I wasn't even gonna get makeup, but I decided to get that just because it was a good deal, and I really do want to do more of the makeup for my clients, for other people. I kind of want to do like a thing where they can get their hair done and their makeup, even for just like an everyday wear. I can do something very light and just kind of include it together. I even bought these like masks, so then while their hair is sitting, they can have this mask on. It'll be nice and clean and fresh, and then I can just put like a light layer of foundation, you know, mascara, do their eyebrows, like a light nude lip or something, a little bit of blush, like just something very natural, but where they go out, like they leave the salon feeling perfectly done, you know, because a lot of times, like when I get my hair done, I don't have no makeup done, because what is the point? You're gonna like wash your hair and it's gonna be like falling all apart. Like you can see where your makeup is at. Like it's gonna wash off. You might get sweaty because you have that big cape on and all these foils and all this stuff going on. So like, I don't usually wear makeup when I get my hair done. I just don't think that's practical. But some people have places to go right after, or they just got from somewhere, or they just feel better with makeup. It doesn't really matter. I just don't personally like to do it. So I would like to offer that to them, you know, for a lower price. And then if they want some, you know, a more extravagant look, you know, for a wedding or for a party they're going to or anything like that, like I can add eyelashes, and then I can add like cream contour and you know, more things, you know, to make it more glam like. So I do want to, obviously for a higher price, you know, so I do want to include that. So then this is the eyebrow palette, and it has all these different shades, so I'm excited because I can play with a lot of them. I don't really use these, like they're like pre-cut out, so you just put them on there and like draw them, but I just feel like they look very drawn out. It comes with tweezers, which is nice because if your client has a few hairs, just kind of like stray hairs, you can pluck them out. You don't really want to do your client's eyebrows the day of, like if they're going to a wedding, or if it is their wedding, or a party or something. You don't want to do their eyebrows the day of, because they usually get red, or like they can break out, or like inflamed, whatever. You know, some people's skin is more sensitive than others, so you want to give it a few days for them to kind of, you know, go down and look right. So I would not recommend that. If the client cannot get their, you know, a few days before their event, and that's fine. Just kind of like with makeup, you can hide anything. So just do their eyebrows, and you pluck a few hairs, or it's not pluck, tweeze a few hairs, and just, you know, kind of go from there and hide it with the rest of the makeup. It would look perfectly fine. Unless it's a wedding, of course. If it's a bride, you want to make sure she looks, you know, because they're most likely going to do close-ups of her face. So that's where we're at. And then I got this. I've never actually used these silicone sponges. I just didn't really feel like they would work right. So I got this one. It says blend and bake your face. Oops. And this is the sponge that it comes with. It just feels like those sponges that you get at Walmart or whatever, and they're flat like this. That's what it feels like. Just pink, and in the shape kind of like of a beauty blender, which the Morphe blending sponge, or whatever you want to call it, that is my favorite by far. Now the beauty blender does feel very nice and soft, but you have to replace those like every 3 months, so I don't necessarily like to use those all the time because it's more expensive. But every now and then I will get it, whatever. They do feel really nice, but I feel like Morphe, for the price and what it does, it's amazing. And I do like that the Morphe sponge is like flat on the top, so that's also very nice. I'm excited to try this. I'll most likely try this first with the palettes that I just bought, so I can kind of try them out. So I'll try this out, you know, see how it works, how it feels. I don't know if I'm gonna love it. I really have been staying away from this because I have a really strong feeling that I am not gonna love it. So that's why I just never really, like, I just stayed away from them because I didn't think that I was gonna love it. So we'll see how that's squeezing in this video before I have to go get my kids from daycare. It's been a very how do you say, eventful pregnancy and 5 months, and I am breastfeeding, so that's been, you know, it's been fun. It's a really different bond connection that you get with your baby, so I really do like that. But going back to work right away was difficult, having to pump, and I feel like my milk supply went down really bad, so I had to like pump a lot and do a lot more work for it to get there. So he is eating he's eating purees that I make him now, and he's doing really good. Like the daycare's like, wow, he did so good for his age, because he started eating this like, he's 5 months. He just turned 5 months on June 1st. He's a New Year's Day baby, and I just, you know, he's been eating it for a while because, for one, like, he looked interested in table food while we were eating. So on Mother's Day, I gave him, I think since Mother's Day, he's pretty much been like eating. He was staring at us eat. We were at Golden Corral, and I felt so bad because he was just like just staring at us. So I'm like, oh, let's just give him a little bit of mashed potatoes, and he like loved it. So, and he did so well. Like, I feel like he did really good. So I decided to go ahead and start pureeing some food. So we've done like sweet potato and things like that. And he's doing great, you know? So that's helped out with the stress of having to pump so much, because he doesn't need as much milk, you know? So, but after every little like jar of food that he eats, he does have like 4 ounces of food. But he was doing like 7 ounces, you know, if he didn't have food, you know. So then they started putting baby cereal in there, and then I was just like, you know, I'm gonna start doing puree, and he's been doing great. All right, so back to this. Sorry, I'm rambling. It just, you know. So I went to Costco. I got this bag. It was $19, and I got one more thing. It's 2-step one. So it's kind of like, I think it relates more to Olaplex than it does to Bond Builder. We were diehard Olaplex fans, and I do still like them and everything. We moved on to Bond Builder, and I do really like that as well. I just don't necessarily know very well on the measurements and stuff like that. And then, so I did try like a small little size of this that they gave me at Cosmoprof when I went to purchase like a big old starter kit. It came with a small trial size of this, and it's a shampoo. All I used, honestly, because I completely forgot about this part, all I used on this girl's hair is the spray. I sprayed it on each section as I was dyeing it, which this time I'm going to section the hair, spray it, section the hair, spray it. I'll do all the spraying first, comb it through, and then I will dye her hair because it's more time consuming, and then I got hair dye all over the can anyways. But what this does, it like normalizes all your hair, so like all your hair is even, so the porosity between, you know, different strands could have more porosity in one side than the other. So this will even it all out, so the color looks all even and shiny, and it protects your hair, and it works great for highlighting and for bleach and things like that. So I'm really excited to try this out as well. I mean, I already tried it. I really liked how it looked, and I didn't even put this on. I didn't even shampoo it. So you have to put this on, color the hair or bleach it, do whatever you normally do, and then shampoo it with this and leave it on for like 5 minutes. They also have a shampoo and conditioner, which is for something in between, because you know your client, every single time they come in, they don't get a color done. So this is, the shampoo and the conditioner is more for like meanwhile, a treatment meanwhile, so it doesn't dry out and things like that. So then it came with a bunch of these little cards. I don't know, looks like 10 of these, and then it has a shampoo, a conditioner, a mask, and then like a little like styling protective shield serum type thing. So you would upcharge this on your clients, so you could do like $10 to $15. I'm planning on doing $15 because I'm going to offer this to them, which is the entire complete line. Once I no longer have this, I'll probably just charge them $10 for this, because it's still great. It'll still do the job. This is the shampoo and the conditioner just to maintain it, and I definitely think that's, you know, too good to use. But this is the entire line where it has the mask and it has the protective shield. So I'm going to charge $15 for it, and then once I no longer have this, or if I can't find something like this, then I'll just do $10 for this. It just depends. So it's a little bit of upcharge for you that you get to add to your clients, but it also takes care of your client's hair. So I'm very excited about all the purchases that I've made, and it was just a great experience. The hair show is always fun to go to. Like, I always have a great time with my brother. I find cool new products. Like, I get to try new things. I learn new techniques. Another thing, I took a pulp riot class, and I am planning on trying a few of their shades out because it sounds really interesting. But like I said, it was just a really fun time, and I think next year we're gonna try to stay close by. So it's just gonna be nice. It's gonna be a really good time, and I can't wait. Like, every year, this is what I wait for. As soon as it's over, I'm ready. Next year, I believe it's May 30th. I'm ready for it. Like, come on, May 30th. But thank you guys for tuning back to my channel, and if you're new, thank you for clicking on this video. And I can't wait to share more videos with you guys and more of my life. I do want to do like a mommy series, you know, with about breastfeeding and my pregnancy, and like pureeing food and balancing life with that. And I also want to do like, you know, beauty ones, of course, and anything like that. I just kind of want to do a variety. So if you have any ideas, you can link, you know, comment down below. But thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys have a great day. Bye.